Thank you. Hello, Walleyes. I'm Greg Sommer. I'm the founder of Sandstone, and this is Torque. This is the world's most portable centrifuge device. It runs on 2 AA batteries, yet it can generate G-forces that exceed that of a standard laboratory centrifuge. And I'm excited to show you how we're enabling lab testing anywhere and anytime. The problem is that blood samples start degrading immediately. Now, this isn't generally a problem when you're in a hospital setting like the Mayo Clinic, where a patient has their blood drawn, that tube goes to the lab where it can be promptly processed, spun down in a centrifuge, have the plasma pulled off and going on for analysis. But this is not always possible in a remote or point-of-care setting where access to standard laboratory equipment is not possible. Enter the Torque system. Our innovation here is the novel disposable discs. The future of the blood tube is not a tube at all. It's a disc. As you'll see here in this demo video, we load the sample directly from a patient using standard phlebotomy tools. That then gets immediately put in our centrifuge and spun down so that we can isolate the liquid plasma from the cells at the point of draw. You'll see this separation happen in real time where the cells get trapped at the outer perimeter of the disc, and that liquid plasma is retained in the middle where it's purified, stabilized, and ready to be processed either on the spot or sent into a lab for testing. You're not going to find a better team. I've been working on this technology since 2010, and we've compiled a IP portfolio over a dozen patents and another 15 or so that are pending as we bring this product to market. We already have one product on the market. It's an FDA-cleared device in the consumer fertility space. Our business model on this product is as we are preparing for our clinical trials, which are starting next week. We'll get our 510(k) clearance middle of next year, and we're going to be selling this as a very straightforward razor blade model with the discs selling anywhere between $5 to $20, depending on the application and the assay that they're used for. We already have customers in the CRO space using this for clinical trial monitoring, but I've listed here just a subset of the vast segments that we're going after, making a real impact by enabling lab testing anywhere and anytime with the Torque zero delay centrifuge system. Thank you.
So you have current revenues?
We do, yes.
And what's the total market potential?
It's about a $24 billion market split up between the top 3 segments that we see. Clinical trial monitoring, there's about 88 million clinical tests done in the clinical trial space every single year. Cell-free DNA testing for liquid biopsy, and the at-home consumer testing market is about a $24 billion opportunity.
And which markets are you in now, and what?
We have CROs that are using the product for mobile phlebotomy. They're taking the product going into patients' home to draw their samples. They had a challenge with running cardiac marker trials with stability of the cardiac markers, having to rush those samples into a lab or send them into a centralized lab. So they're using our device to spin them down immediately and stabilize those plasma for the mobile phlebotomists. And that's going to be our initial market segment for this product.
What's the training for the mobile phlebotomists, and do they have to have specialized training to use this?
Our current customers do a 3-minute training video, and they get it immediately, and they love it. They really think it's a great tool. It's compatible with the standard butterfly needle that they're already used to using, and they simply have to pop it in, close the lid. It does the rest.
Any failure modes of your diagnosis that you know of?
Well, we're not doing a diagnosis. We're doing a collection and prep, so we're not an IVD. Failure modes are very minimal. There's a potential for an inaccurate separation if there's a manufacturing flaw, but that's all part of our quality system, and our company's ISO 13485 certified from a manufacturing standpoint.
Thank you.
Just trying to understand the problem some more. So how often are tests being re-administered in mobile phlebotomy sites? Then what does that cost?
Our current customer came to us because they had about a 30% rejection rate with their samples getting in the lab being too hemolyzed. Hemolysis is the biggest problem. That's the breakdown of cells in transport and curing the sample, and it leads to contamination. They had a 30% rejection rate. Since using our product for about the last 6 months, it's gone down to 0%. The rejection rate obviously varies by application and scenario and the assays that are being run. For standard hospital lab settings, it's pretty small. It's about a 1% rejection rate due to hemolysis. But the limit in access now is they can't really do it outside of a laboratory or draw center setting. So this enables a lot broader opportunities.
Can you tell us about your exit strategy? Do you plan to build it as a company? Do you plan to partner with someone?
Yeah, we think it's a natural acquisition for a tools company. Products in the phlebotomy, the lab testing space. It's a natural add-on to companies who are already selling phlebotomy tools and blood tubes. So that would be our most likely exit in this space.
Does this have to be shipped to a specialized lab to run and test it? And if so, what's the stability of your device?
We've demonstrated plasma stability for out to 7 days, which, so collect it 7 days later, it's good to go. It can be run by any lab. Whoever's doing the test needs the samples to come in, so any lab could use this.